and water somehow knows to go in the drain and not across the drain. It's hopping merrily across those voids. No, it doesn't do that. So every time my orderly would lift the front of my chair up over the curb, and then I would be straddling the curb, and then he would lift the back of it over the back of the curb. And I thought, my experts continue their wonderful job here. So I experienced all that, and I said to myself, look, Michael, you're an architect, you're an okay architect, you know how to do things, and you're not so stupid, and you're a designer. So I said, I'm an architect, I'm a designer, but most of all, I'm a patient. And if you put those three together, you've got a lethal force here. And I thought, I've got to clear space on my plate when I get back and make room for healthcare. And we have done that. And we've had some success, not as much as some of you have met. My goodness, I had a dozen architects here tonight. I thought you'd all be doctors. But architects don't get to be doctors. They don't get to be PhDs. Not smart enough. I was in a new facility, a new hospital quite recently. And I was so excited about going. I wanted to see if my friends, the experts, had been there some more. But I rolled up to the front door and pressed the button and got in. And the first room screamed hotel. You'll hear a lot of people write articles about, or not read a lot of articles about people say, if we could only just do as well as the hospitality industry and make our hospitals more like hotels. No. Make good hospitals. Don't make good hotels and call it a hospital. But I walked into the first room, which was the lobby of this new hospital, and it was a 4-story glass atrium looking out to Route 1. Now, I don't know whether you want to see me convalesce in the 4-story glass atrium with 4 chairs in it. It's this atrium that you have out here that you have to look at. It's not mine anymore. Anyway, it's right outside this room. It's about 4.5 stories. But this one was glass all the way around. It was frightening. And I thought, well, now I see the architect can take a picture of the atrium and call it his new hospital. So I went on to the other specialty rooms in the OR and to surgery, and I went to maternity, and everything had been done splendidly. And I thought, well, finally. And they were very happy to show me the patient room. They said, every patient room is a single here. I said, oh, that's wonderful. And so I went in, and I knew they'd been there, my friends. I peeked in the bathroom, and everything was the same place. And everything was the same place. There was no chance. So I said, well, where does Grandma sit? And they said, well, we bring in a chair. There isn't really room in here. And I thought, well, this equation's inverted. The money that to be spent on the patient room was spent on the atrium. This stupid mother atrium. What is going on here? And it's serious. There ought to be a law. ADA, come look. This is a horizontal drain. I've got pictured up here for you now. The one thing the new hospital did do was to get a horizontal drain. They won an award, they said. But there's the drain in my house. They wouldn't let me come home until my roll-in shower were done and my elevator was finished. And so there it is. And I can tell you that not a drop of water has ever come to this side where the toilet is. You can see that. It all gets trapped there in that marvelous little thing called a drain. The 2 shower heads are just wishful thinking on my part when I got home. I didn't realize I'd be so unattractive. But anyway, look at the bottom of this. And if it had been made of copper, it would have been just fine. But it isn't. It's made of particle board, and it absorbs all those greasy hands that where the French fries were, or the chicken cordon bleu, or whatever you've had up above it. So all of that is there, and you can see, well, you probably are too far away, but there's some gum growing green stuff in the slots for the drawers. We were given a job by Stricker, the wonderful facilities manufacturer, and they asked me to take a look, not at a new bed like this wonderful bed over here with the copper arms, but with the work that they had already done. And this is one corner. I'm sorry, it's the only corner I ever took a picture of. It's because it's where we wanted to start with this behemoth. But look how thick it is. It has 2 drawers, and it's got a little dish here on the side. It's got 2 dishes, one on top of the other, one dish holding another dish. So I put it on a big diet, and here is our response to it. This is a overbed table with 2 tops, that wooden one where you put the tray. You know, when the orderly or the clinician comes in, they're not allowed to touch anything in the room. So they can't clear a space for you. So if you have a place to put it and somebody's told you they're on their way, please clear a space, then they can put it down. And otherwise, they'll put it in the hallway and let it get cold. Then right here, we made a place, which is right here as well, for your tissues and your cell phone and that stuff. We just made 2 different surfaces. They're coplanar, but just to suggest they have 2 different uses. And then I made the biggest handle you can imagine here. There he is over there, so that the cleaning crew will not try to clean the bottom of this overbed table, but would always grab this big handle to move it around. And it moves with great ease, I must say. It's got a paddle here on the back where if you, even with your little finger, press down, it'll go down. Press up, it'll go up. Even our old lady friend from the slide before would be able to do that. Then I put another handle at this end, again, to keep your hands off, the clinician's hands off the tray table. And so then they would use the handles that the cleaning crew would be told to clean. Now, if you've ever seen somebody anxious to get to a break, you've seen somebody cleaning a room. It's this. I'm done, I'm out of here. And so copper's got to do its work, but we asked the question when we started this, can we design furniture that would lessen infection? We said yes. And so now we're trying to do that. Here's our little family of the over the bed table and the chair and R2D2, and then another cabinet here with 2 tops so that you can separate your goodies, your flowers from your cell phone and so on. All the corners on all this furniture have been rounded so they won't scar the walls and each other as they're moved around the room. This one will have a little glider feet like a library stool on it, but it doesn't yet because it falls into another category of approvals, because now it's got rolling feet and it can't be approved by the same people who approve all of this. This is out of my sketchbook, but here's the overbed table and the chair and an ottoman I didn't show you. And we're now working on the head wall, which is here. Let me go back. Head wall will be there so that you can get all the right gases and electricity and all of that in the right way. And then what this has led to is I got a call from a contractor of all people who had a job from the Army to build housing for the wounded warriors coming back. And what a satisfying job this was for us. This was actually a competition I knew I would win when I came in my wheelchair. So these two little prototype houses in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, are meant to show us how we can maneuver in these with our ailments. And by making the corridors 5 feet wide, I can actually spin my chair around in the corridor rather than finding a room to turn around in and come back out again. All those kinds of things. All the doors are sliding doors. Everything works absolutely brilliantly. And if you were doing a house for somebody with impairments, these would be the houses to do. But they also work so well for the elderly. So I'm very excited. We just today got news that we're going to do some houses for the elderly in Indianapolis. So I'm really pleased about that. And we'll see if we can make a village for them that will use the design principles that we've developed in these two houses in Fort Belvoir. And with that, I thank you very much.